Well, hello. Interesting news. Looks like Joe Biden is going to be dropping out because because we want a Trump presidency, evidently. We're going to help Trump be president. Is that what's going on now? And they're going to have two governors be replacements instead of Kamala. Everything that we're telling people not to do, they're doing. And this goes back to the cards. This is not what I wanted to tell people. People got angry at me. I told you I had to tell you the truth. Card showed an 8 of cups. I found myself pressured to lie as a psychic. Do you understand what I was trying to tell you? How we're pressured to tell you what you want to hear, and that's not good for us? Right. So, L'chaim, he's still on the trail, by the way, according to the cards. But he will transfer power. Yes. Remember what the cards said, that he was going to leave? Remember how people got mad at me and said, well, we love you as a reader, but, so-and-so said he was going to have 4 more years. And look, I wish it had been true. I'm sorry. This is why my numbers are down. I tell people I'm so sorry. All I can do as a remote viewer is say, I'm sorry, get out the vote blue no matter who. He's a statesman for 90, they say he remains a statesman. They're actually saying, according to Manchin, they want him replaced by a governor, Whitmer, or some governor. We are. How do you guys feel about that? First off, let's talk about the fact that I tell people the truth and my numbers go down. It's I guess I'm just going to keep telling the truth, even if it means unsubscribing, because I can't go against my ethics. It's, you guys know I'm having a problem with my mentor right now because of his ethics. Sometimes we can have a teacher who we break away with our teacher, right? We joke about like the Buddha got poisoned, right, by one of his students. Sometimes we find out a mentor is doing something really bad, and then we have to decide, do we fire our mentor? What do we do? So we're living at a time right now where even our teachers are being questioned. Our entire world is being hi, Debbie. Debbie is a talent management. She is a creative director, and she's also a talent scout. She's always looking for new talent. Thank you for being here, Debbie. And I believe that there's no Joel today because he's with a he said that he was not going to be able to make it. Taco Tuesdays, I will not be here because I'm actually flying to Stockholm. I'll be in Stockholm for a couple of weeks. Listen, folks, the other thing is please don't be jealous. of me. So, periodically, people get jealous because I travel a lot. You know, I live in a studio and I own nothing and have no grandkids. I hear grandkids are expensive. I hear husbands and wives are expensive. I live a very frugal life and I travel very frugally. Please don't hate me. Join me. If you happen to be in Stockholm, Sweden, I would love to meet you. I'll be there on Wednesday, and then I will also be in Helsinki, Finland. I'll take the ferry, and I look forward to meeting people. If you happen to be in those areas, please send me a Gmail. They feel that she is a woman of color, and because she is a woman, and because she is a woman of color, she will not win. Hmm. Yeah. The truth of the matter is, if it had been Kamala and Buttigieg, we would have won because we would have kept the mandate. Yep. I'm going to always tell you guys the truth, and I'm just going to you know what? I'll try and be. People say I'm sometimes mean. Okay, I'll try and be nice when I give you the bad news from now on, okay? I got the news 3 weeks early, Noel. Noel. I know. I know. I'm sorry. I tried to help. Oh, no. Ay, ay, ay. Do you guys want to do the empath prayer? Yes, but I almost didn't call it because sometimes I get pressured to lie, quite frankly. Sometimes I want to lie to you people because that's what you guys want. You want me to lie? No, no, no. I'm unsubscribing. It's Biden 4 more years. People want to hold on to a fantasy. And then my job as the remote viewer, I'm kind of lost in the shuffle here. It's like, okay, well, that's what you wanted to hear. So, okay, I'll tell you what you want to hear, but the cards didn't say that. Yeah. Okay. Let's do the empath's prayer. And I'm going to look at the cards for you guys, and we'll tell people the truth. I know. Okay. I love you too. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay because they're getting rid of Trump too. It's going to be JD Vance. And his VP pick will probably be a woman, I would assume. If he's smart, he'll pick Nikki Haley. So we're looking at Vance and Nikki Haley as probably the people we're going up against. Okay, so keep telling the truth. What do you guys want? You want me to lie? Do you want the truth? Do you want the truth? Do you want the truth? I also told you that Elon Musk had a good side. And that evil, even though he does evil, rotten, horrible things, he also had a good side. He had a shadow, and he had in Hebrew we call it a Yetzer Hara and a Yetzer Tov. Would you guys learn a little Hebrew today? A Yetzer is an inclination. A Yetzer Hara is an evil inclination, and a Yetzer Tov is a good inclination, right? So everybody has a Yetzer Hara and everybody has a Yetzer Tov. And so just because we like someone's Yetzer Tov and we want to feed someone's Yetzer Tov, right? We want to feed their good inclination. So my mentor has a very great Yetzer Tov, right? My mentor has a great Yetzer Tov, and I want to feed the Yetzer Tov. So the good things about the Yetzer Tov is, getting Starlink to the hospital in Gaza so that those kids had 12,000 kids got out, their lives were saved, going into a war zone to save children, right? These are the things that we want to feed the good, the Yetzer Tov in people. The Yetzer Hara, lying, cheating, stealing, defrauding, shorting crypto, getting in trouble with the exchange commissions, etc. Right? So no one is all one thing, right? Okay. I want to call on white light protection for myself and this community as we ask permission from Spirit to access the Akashic records. We call on our spirit guides and our good angels to be with us. Please give us the clarity and the wisdom that is needed to empower all of us on our journeys to make the best decisions for ourselves, our families, the planet, the people we love, but also to help those that we may have strife with. And together, collectively, we say, Amen. Well, I think we could make Harris happy if we say, Vice President Harris, you have not been happy as the VP. So I think where you would be happiest is the Supreme Court. So if they do this to Harris, they need to give her what she really wants. She needs to be on the Supreme Court, and she needs to be there for 20 years. The truth of the matter is the perfect place for her would have been the Attorney General, not the VP position. It was the wrong job for her. It just was the wrong job for her. She was too passive. She wasn't allowed to. She is a cop. She's a prosecutor. She's a person who seeks justice absolute. And the truth of the matter is, sitting there, barely able to hold Biden's pen, was just not the right place for somebody with that much power. And then to have her hold the seat for 4 years and then say, well, you're black and female. So remember who put Biden in the White House, people. It was black women. So I don't know what delusional world or what they're smoking, but you're not in charge as much as you think you are of this party. And so I think that the people who are really in charge of this party, which is predominantly black women, need to have a serious conversation with the party and let them know that our pick is Kamala Harris. We want Kamala, and we'll take Buttigieg for VP. Yes, can we agree on that? Look, we all know why he was on Bill Maher. Let's be clear. He was on Bill Maher on Friday because that was an audition for VP. Okay? We're not playing games, right? You know why he was there. That was an audition. So what was the response on Twitter? I wish he could be our president. We're being manipulated all the time. I don't think it's necessarily a bad pick having Buttigieg for VP, but I want Kamala as the presidential pick. Yeah, I'm having a real problem with what's happening. Okay. So, would you guys like a collective reading first, or are you too upset and you just want to do blitzes? I mean, you know what? I hear you. I'm there for you. Gosh darn it. Whatever. Well, usually I give you guys a collective right about now. We're 20 minutes in, which is usually when the collective starts. But if you just need to have a meltdown and talk, if that's the only collective you need, so oh, you know what I forgot to do? We should have. I have to pick a charity. Okay, you guys, I know we're upset, but let's pick a charity. What do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to do animals again, senior dogs? We got to pick it's Sunday. Um, we have a fundraiser. If anyone would like to donate to our fundraiser, we have every Sunday, we have a fundraiser. We could do food relief. You guys want to do food relief? Or senior dogs, or Center for Policing Equality, or AmericanForest.org. The World Central Kitchen is always nice. Global Water is one we always nice to do. ASPCA. Hope for Paws. That's nice. You guys like Hope for Paws? Okay. All right. That might be. We have not raised money for Hope for Paws. I would say about Hope for Paws that they've been inundated with abandoned dogs. Yeah, we're going to go with Hope for Paws because we haven't done Hope for Paws for like nearly a year. I do want to say that they've been inundated because a lot of animals have been abandoned. Evidently, that's what's going on over in all over the world, I guess. The other thing is that I've been watching Taka's Shelter. I wish Taka's had a way that we could fundraise, but the same thing is going on. Oops, I got to mute this. The same thing is going on with the Taka's Shelter, which also is trying to help women, the new Seneca Project. Okay, you guys have some great ideas, but I can only raise funds if they're registered, approved by YouTube, and there's only like a couple hundred that are approved by YouTube. Okay, we got trees, we got water. Okay. Are you guys okay with rescued animals? Okay. 19 of 222 say President Biden should recline. I don't know. Resign? I don't understand, Coyote. Okay, so now what I'm saying, if you are a delegate or if you are a member of the DNC, is we don't want civil war on the floor. And the best way for us to prevent that from happening is it needs to be Kamala. Biden endorsed Harris. Relax. If Biden endorses Harris, we're going to win, according to the keys to the White House. Okay, so the reason we have not raised money for Hope for Paws for over 6 months. Dogs and cats are being dumped all over LA, and all over major cities in the United States because people can't feed their animals. And it's hot and the animals are dying. They just rescued a dog um, that hadn't had water for 3 days. I am a compassionate person. I try to rotate our charities. So let's take care of the dogs right now, the animals. And then next week we'll do water or something else. All right. Thanks, you guys. Well, if he endorses Harris, then he needs to have Buttigieg as VP because that's the people's choice, and then we'll win. All right. It sounds like you guys have elected not to get a collective reading today because I don't see anybody requesting that I do a collective. So let's just go in and see if Harris. What are the cards for Harris right now? Take care of the babies. My goodness. You mean the doggy babies? Yes. Yeah, it's really bad right now in Greece because the temperatures are I think they need to start digging tunnels so that the dogs can go underground at the Takis shelter. Oh, come on, Patty Lynn. I prepared y'all. I gave you guys 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I always give you the news 3 weeks early. Will Harris win? Will Harris win? We're looking at Harris's cards. Please like, subscribe, and join the conversation. Tell us what you're eating, what you're drinking. We extend this brunch table to the 4 corners of the earth. Okay. The world is shook up. There's a shakeup coming, right? The Tower. So our karma is we have a shakeup. We have a shakeup. The universe wants us to relax. The universe wants us to relax. And the message from Spirit is it's below the comments. If you collapse the comments, you'll see the charity. To the left of the comments, raising money for rescued and abused animals. Okay. So we have the disruption, which is our karma. We can see the Tower. And then our base card is we have a judgment to make. Where we are at right now with Harris, there's Harris. And the crossing card is she is grieving. She is grieving that which she loves. Grieving what we have lost. So they're basically saying that she was very loyal to Joe. She remains loyal to him. And she is genuinely grieving the loss of him. What is above her, she's completely confused. You need to tell me what the plan is. Well, we don't know what the plan is. Am I running or am I not? When you all decide, 7 of Cups, we have no idea what the hell is going on. What she's sitting in, the Queen of Cups. She rubs her lamp, but she has no idea. Her past placement, victory. She's used to winning. And what she's entering into, a new partnership. So it's like the person you're dancing with at the dance competition breaks their leg. And so now you need a new dance partner. That's how Harris looks at it. So who's going to dance with me? Come on now. I just lost Joe. I need a new dance partner. Who's going to dance with the lady, right? So they're creating this kind of energy of 2 of Wands, of dancing with the lady. She's sitting and waiting for the guy who's going to come and dance with her. So it's like an audition. She's going to dance with this gentleman. She's going to dance with that gentleman. They're going to meet and have coffee. We're going to schmooze, and we're going to see how the energy feels between the 2 of us. Are you going to respect my power as the president, but at the same time be strong in yourself as a woman or a man, depending upon who they pick? So she is two of one. She's dancing with people. Where she's at right now, she gets her wish. She will likely be chosen. So she thinks I'm telling you, Black women are the owners of this party. We need to have women, and particularly women of color, come in and take control of this freaking situation. These boys have forgotten who runs this place. The opposition is tied in legal knots. The truth of the matter is, oh, thank you, Lola. That's very kind of you. The truth of the matter is that they're in legal trouble because of what they've done. The hope and the fear is the star. Who will be the star of the show? And the final outcome for her, the karmic wheel falls on Harris. She gets her wish, and then a strong fire sign male could be replacing her or alongside her. The opposition is creative. They're coming up with creative ways to come after the opposition. The hopes and fears to take the weapons of war away from their enemies. And the final outcome, a strong female who seeks justice absolute will be the president of the United States, most likely Harris. Now, if they go against this and they choose differently, they're going to shoot themselves in the foot. However, if they stay with Harris, we will win the presidency, and she will be the first female president, and she'll be also a Black woman, which will be cool, a woman of color. And that closely represents more our values as Americans, right? She looks more like other Americans, right? As opposed to the J.D. Vance kind of energy that's very, a set group of people, right, that are going to benefit from those policies. Okay, so the karmic wheel falls on a strong woman who's a fire sign. And now I think the next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at Pete Buttigieg. People, as we have mentioned, it appears based on conversations we've had here, and I do know that the Democratic strategists do watch this channel, if for nothing else than because they get a kick out of it. But so I think that the next thing is, to ask you, which is what I had asked you guys a couple of days ago, and then Buttigieg came in and did the interview, because my job, again, is I'm a professional empath, and I tell you guys to enjoy this process, have fun with this. But at the same time, understand that this is a technique. It's an ancient technique. It's been used to resolve conflicts in war, HCRV, heart-centered remote viewing, and the ability to really put yourself in the shoes of other people. We can't always tell the future, but we certainly do know where people's heads are at. An example would be Nikki Haley, right? There were a lot of people that wanted Nikki Haley. And there were a lot of people that did not want Nikki Haley. But one of the reasons why she got so many votes, she got the second most number of votes, was because because people were sick of Trump. And it spoke of this split that is starting to happen in the Republican Party between the business world and the evangelical right, and the MAGA. So you have these three MAGA extremists. How are we going to bring these groups together? And a lot of people missed the point of the Trump assassination attempt, which was by a member of the GOP. And the point was that somebody who was a member of the Republican Party was trying to kill the former president. That was the real conversation. And instead, people chose to ignore the shot across the bow and instead talk about, boy, wasn't he lucky? But you're missing the whole point. And here's the point. The Republicans are trying to kill each other with assault rifles. You guys get it? That's what I see when I float my spirit around things, and I'm outside my ego and I'm outside my body, and I'm just scanning the grid, floating like a ghost over the situation. And I'm no longer an ego. I'm simply a free ghost floating the earth, right? This is something that the Tibetan Book of the Dead talks about. When you die, you float above the earth, right? Be careful of your thoughts because you will go where your thoughts are. That's HCRV. We are as ghosts. We leave our body and we trance and we float the earth, right? So what did I see when I floated the earth? I saw that the Republican Party is in civil war, and that the man that tried to kill him was a Republican, because there's a large body of Republicans, MAGA, that want to kill Trump because they feel like they were sold out by him. And that's the conversation nobody's having. They want to kill their own former president. No one's talking about it. You know? Okay, so we'll do Buttigieg next. It would appear Buttigieg is who people want for VP pick, but let's take a look. You really want to piss women off in the Democratic Party? Pull Harris. Right? Bootylicious? He's a nice man. Let's take a look. How is Buttigieg doing? What is the future of Buttigieg? Should we make him the VP pick under Harris? What is the future of Buttigieg? I'll let you guys decide. Who do you want as It can be anybody. Who do you want to have as VP Harris? Who do you want to have as her VP pick? Okay, Buttigieg. Okay, Buttigieg has success. Ace of Wands. He could be asked to be the VP pick. And Seven of Wands, which is, no, he can complete his presidency, but he's going to transfer power over by January. Look at this. He's defending his land, and he's got an Ace of Wands. So his cards are looking like he could be given the VP pick. He's walking away from everything. His current job is as the transportation person. So it shows him leaving his job, and his crossing card is scholarship. This guy's an academic. He's an intellectual. He probably does well in school. What is above him? There's big money that if we pick him for VP, he will roll in a bunch of money. That's what they're saying. There is Harris with him in the heart, and his coming out of the ability. He's a fighter. He's a warrior. He's also former CIA. He can take the weapons away, and he's entering into a time of King of Cups. The man who dreams. A heavy load lay ahead for him. He looks to his enemy is looking for new partnerships, hopes and fears, Eight of Swords, and the final outcome is Empress or wealth over Buttigieg. Spirit is saying to relax about Donald Trump, because any anybody normal that we put in there will win against Trump. That Trump is not as strong a candidate as we realize, and that just puts somebody in there that's normal and moderate, and we should be fine. That it's not as dire as we think it is. Yeah. So to be clear, look at this. His ship comes in, Empress. It is wise to go with Buttigieg as the VP. It is wise to go with Harris as the nominee. If we do that, we will win. And that is because we don't lose the keys. And it's because anybody is better than Trump. They're going to try and make her out like a radical liberal, which is what they always do with women, and specifically women of color. And I think that Buttigieg will be able to be the voice of sanity. Yeah. So it's looking very good for Buttigieg. And it's the fact that the Eight of Cups is there, he's walking away from his current employment. Yeah, he's going to very likely be asked to be VP. How do you guys feel about that? I wanted to know if you guys had a different pick for VP under Harris. Who's your first pick? Is your first pick Harris? Because my first pick is Harris. And my pick, but I don't want you guys to have that be your pick just because it's my pick. But the card suggests that if they go with Buttigieg, they will win. He's also strong in the Midwest. And men under 45 are not homophobic. They've done testing on Buttigieg. White men without college degrees vote for Buttigieg over, he doesn't attract the Trump crowd. He attracts young, intelligent, white guys under 45 are going to go with Buttigieg. Doesn't matter whether they have a college degree or not. Buttigieg will get, they're not homophobic. Guys under 45 are not, it doesn't have any impact on who they vote for based on data. And being black doesn't hurt you as a candidate if the people voting are under 45. You know, people don't even remember why they're supposed to be scared of black people, right? The reason you were supposed to be scared of black people was because Nixon created a scary black people to get people off the Vietnam War. And then they produced a bunch of TV shows in the 70s, which were all based on this idea that black people are scary. So everybody developed a phobia of black people, right? You know, see a black person, you run, right? So that was a constructed fear of the black person. It was part of the Nixon administration to get off the Vietnam War. And then the war ended. So they didn't, things change. And so another generation comes up, the 45 or under, missed the Vietnam War. And they're like, not, because it just goes to show how dangerous an administration can be when it pushes certain beliefs, the power of the presidency and the damage that can be done. Homophobia, but if you are born in the 80s, Free to Be You and Me, which is Pete Buttigieg's generation, then there's no, it has zero, that and being black does not impact whether or not people will vote for you. So we're just talking about a small percentage of people, which is white males over 45. And that's really not a huge demographic. Well, you could also argue the evangelical churches, but even the churches are starting to split because a lot of young people are not going to give money to a church that's homophobic. I wouldn't give money to a homophobic church that's saying racist or sexist things or homophobic. Who wants to give money to a church like that? I'll take my money and go somewhere else. Same with my synagogue. I wouldn't join a synagogue that I'm not going to give money to a synagogue that's homophobic. It's my money, right? Give me a God I can worship, right? Okay, Deborah Salazar. Hi, Deborah. Good to see you. She says, if we get the voter turnout, women and the POC can win this. I worry about being tied in court. Anybody got a VP pick that's different than Buttigieg, or are you all going with Buttigieg for VP pick? Is there somebody here having fish and chips? I'm smelling fish and chips, freshly cooked or poached fish. Is somebody here having fish? I'm a psychic, and sometimes when I get into your guys' vibration, I start to smell the food you're cooking. Somebody here is having poached fish. Damn, that looks good. What is that, salmon? I do that. Somebody here, I can smell the lemon, and I can smell the lemon on the fresh poached fish. Ooh, that looks good. And somebody, what are you on the East Coast somewhere having somebody here? I think you're on the East Coast somewhere having salmon or fish. Is that where you're at? Just raise your hand. I can smell it. Whoever you are, you're unbelievably psychic because I picked up your lunch. I always pick up lunch. I was on vacation when I'm starting to, I was starting to feel better after COVID. And I was lying there and my friend Frances, what's for breakfast? And then I start to taste the food because I can taste it 3 floors down, right? That's the empaths are sensitive. And it's like, oh, I taste bok choy. Oh, I taste sesame noodle, right? Yes, one of you's having some really, you know what? You've changed my mind. Now I'm thinking, because I don't usually like baked salmon, but if I can get it to turn out like the salmon that somebody was having, I might be. Katie Porter for VP or Bernie. No, Bernie's a little too old. Oh, baked banana bread. Okay, well, you're having white fish for dinner? Oh, you just had Kay Williams. That's going to be good. Are you putting some lemon juice on it? Oh, you know what, Jen? The salmon in the fridge, make yourself a nice salad and then have some cold salmon on the salad. That's what I do when I have extra salmon. Newsom doesn't do anything for us because Newsom is from California and California is a blue state. We need someone from the Midwest like Indiana. Pete. Yeah. Caramel coffee. Yum, yum. Smoked salmon. Hello. Poached trout. Oh my gosh. Yes, yes, yes. The big poached red trout. Yes. Oh, your neighbor is cooking fish and it's very strong. I'm in New Hampshire too. That's amazing. I think it's actually banana because I could smell it cooking. Yeah. How are they doing that? That looked. By the way, I got into the pan banana, and it looked like they were poaching it perfect, but not. I don't like it when it's medium rare, and they were cooking it more well done, which is how I like it. Yeah, the neighbor's cooking fish, and it's very strong. Yeah, I can smell it. It's in New Hampshire, and I felt like I was on the East Coast. Okay, no, it's banana. I could smell, and they're gonna put some lemon on it too. I don't know. I think it goes back to survival. You have to realize that our ability to do HCRV is to survive, right? So if you can find food, so I could smell someone cooking fish, and that they were going to put some lemon juice on. So I started craving it, and when I followed my smell, I wound up over on the East Coast, and evidently I wound up in New Hampshire. Yeah, well, maybe they can invite you for lunch because that smelled pretty damn good. Okay, Sheila Jordan Lee, the amazing Queen Sheila, people used to call her the Queen, has passed. She really brought a lot of dignity to the floor, didn't she? Wow. Spain, Costa del Sol, neighbors are grilling fish. I love grilled fish. Johnny says if it's not Kamala, all hell's going to break loose. That's right. Do you want to commit suicide? You want to listen to the most conservative member of the Democratic Party mansion? Are you out of your damn minds? Give us what we want. Give us Harris. Listen to the people who know, like that Lichtenstein or whatever his name is. It's lemony. Yeah. Oh, okay. So you're smelling. Yeah, I'm in New Hampshire. I wasn't wrong, Miss Hesh. That's because people are pressured to tell you what you want to hear, and then there's wishful thinking. And then people got mad at me. I had people unsubscribe. People said, well, we're not going to watch. People stopped watching, whatever. It does make me depressed. And then I showed you guys the cards, 8 of Cups. These are the cards. Help me. Death and 8 of Cups last week, right? Y'all saw it? So why are you mad at me for? 8 of Cups and death. No, he's staying 4 more years. We're leaving. What do you want from me? I'm sorry. I did say I'm sorry because I am sorry. Beto O'Rourke is in Texas. Oh my God, that would be, but that would really screw up Elon Musk. I think Elon Musk might have gone for him as a candidate. That would really screw up a lot. What do I do? That would be like Spock. That would be like Spock on that planet when he was going into heat after 7 years, right? That would be Elon Musk if we pick Beto O'Rourke out of Texas, right? I think we got to look at Beto O'Rourke because that would just be too funny to watch all the incels out of Austin like lighting themselves on. I don't know. I think they would have a complete. Newsom is not going to help us. He's out of California. Yeah, that would be a wasted vote. I can't find the person who asked about O'Rourke, but I think that's actually legitimate because you have a lot of independents out of Texas that would vote for him. Okay, let's see about O'Rourke's future. He said the only person in his family that's running now is his wife. Okay, O'Rourke. Should O'Rourke be the VP pick? He's great at raising money. See that? Money raising. O'Rourke, opposition from the church out of, he has strong support. They're saying that he is good for inheriting money, for bringing money in. He's a lobbyist, but he's not the VP pick. Best cards for VP, I want to be clear because I don't want to be misunderstood. Pete Buttigieg is the best pick based on the cards, and Kamala Harris is the best pick for president. The best, now they can do whatever they want, but those are the best picks based on the cards so far. Mark Kelly out of Arizona. Mark Kelly out of Arizona. Mark Kelly. Contract. Studies. Interviews happening. Be prepared to be interviewed by the president. So Biden is conducting interviews. Thank you, Anonymous, for donating to Hope for Pause. Contract. Interview. lovers, defending his territory. The reasons why people looked at him was because of the issue of gun violence and his ability to bring on issues of gun violence. No, it's not going to. I don't. Right now, look, things could change, but right now it's not falling on Mark Kelly. Marie Wells says no to Pete Buttigieg. She does not want Pete Buttigieg as the VP pick. Amy Klobuchar could, well, no, then we lose another senator in a Midwest state. Do we want to give up a senator in a Midwest state and then be vulnerable out of Minnesota? I don't know. At the same time, that person could help us. We need to keep her in the Senate, but let's take a look. Amy Klobuchar's future. Spiritual lady. She's got strong ethos. My name is Amy. And I always win. I always win. Get out of my way, Pete. I always win. Opposition beats her. She's worried about the tomorrow. She defends her territory. She's a fighter. She'll fight for Minnesota. She'll fight for what's right. She's not afraid. She's got grit. No, it's not her. She is staying in the Senate. Nope, it wasn't Bernie. Bernie, it was negative on Bernie. Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama for VP pick. Michelle Obama. Breaking news, Harris is now selected. Okay, we got it right. Dang, I'm doing good. You guys were all so mean to me, and I'm the only one that got it right. In order to show your appreciation by donating money to Hope for Pause. We've raised, since we've had this up at the beginning of the year, we raised $1,996. So if you're proud and happy that you supported me even when I was getting kicked in the dirt, think about making a donation to Hope for Pause. Thank you, thank you, thank you. No, we love Cory Booker and we need him. First off, he won't help us in New York because New York is a blue state. And secondly, we need him in the Senate. Beto came back negative. No, we did Beto O'Rourke already. Well, thank you, Marie Wells. She was happy. Oh, so she donated $20. $20. It's a lot of dog food. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're raising money for rescued. Oh, goody. We got up to $216. You guys are awesome. I love you. I love it like you're my babies. Okay. Michelle Obama. The Queen of Swords. Seasoned. She's been there. She's done that. And she's got the scars. The other is the Empress. The hope and the fear is confusion. And the final outcome is Queen of Pentacles, another woman, a woman, possibly a dark woman or woman of color, will take the presidency. Queen of Pentacles falls on Harris. Harris sometimes comes as the Queen of Wands, which is Kali's card. But this is a businesswoman. And to be honest with you, I prefer to see Kamala as a business person rather than some vengeful deity that's going to go and kill everybody. No, they say a woman of color or tall, dark, and good looking, right? Queen of Pentacles will be victorious. Six of Pentacles. Six of Wands. No, she doesn't want it. They say she feels trapped. She must have really not liked. Did she not like politics? I don't think so. I think it's another woman. I think that this is the time of Harris. So it looks like Rachel Maddow is on. Kamala Harris will do quite well as president. Yes, I think so. Barack Obama. Barack Obama. All right. So Obama and Harris. Failed policies. That's what they're going to call it. The failed policies of Obama. Michelle Obama does not want it, according to these cards. I mean, I wish she did. She's a wonderful person, but she's just not a politician. I mean, her cards were all about Queen of Swords. I'm done. Queen of Swords is finished with the past. She wants to move on. So she hated politics. That's too bad because she was very good at politics. Um, Yeah. So, I mean, the takeaway here is from Spirit. Okay. So, the thing I want people to understand the message from Spirit. All we have to do is put somebody in there that's normal, and Trump will not win. Because people have underestimated just how much the American people hate Trump. And the truth of the matter is that it may be too late. We did Buttigieg, Martha. He had the strongest cards for VP. No, Oprah's not interested in politics. And I have a problem with her right now after what happened in Hawaii. The problem when people get rich is that the more power people get, the more power they want. Yeah, I mean, it goes back to also the energy that I felt as Biden, which is that I really felt like I had been betrayed by my own party to some extent. Buttigieg, Booty, Bootylicious. Um, what am I doing here? Hold on. We have a new book of the month, by the way, before we close today. The Love of Tayami. And then the book before that was The Fallen. If you guys wanted to check that out, Audrey Steidel, that was very, very good. But this is another strong female lead. Wow, this woman is beautiful. Whoever did the. Ooh, this looks really good. Hybrids with DNA and it's very sexy too, I'm seeing. Okay, anyway, so The Love of Tayami. So that is our book. And then if you really love the T.A. McLaughlin series, go ahead and check out her second book, The Judgment of Seth. I don't know, Debbie, if Chuck has copies of these books, if we can somehow get copies to him. And then I believe in late July, we'll be doing the book review. All right, let me get comfortable here. So Harris is the official pick. Is that my understanding? All right, so it looks like people are engaging audience. Start a poll. All right, so Buttigieg for BP. Let's do this. be honest. If this is not your guy, say no. But I just want, I'm sorry, I'm not spelling this right. Hold on a second. Because the DNC watches this channel and they do want to hear your guys' opinions. Why am I not spelling Buttigieg right? Yeah, I got it right. So hold on. Hold your horses, people. Yeah, I do want you guys, while you're here, we've got just to do a mini poll for the DNC, if you guys could do it before you leave. If they are watching, or they can come back later. Any DNC reps? I know there's a lot of you here. Yeah, you can come back later. It should be by the end of the day. We'll have our numbers. Just if people are going with Buttigieg for VP, or look, if don't go with him if you think there's somebody out there that's better. But be aware that if we pull senators, particularly, we don't want to be pulling active senators right now. We want to keep them in place. So we don't want to be drawing necessarily. And we also want to be aware that it should be somebody that's from a swing state. It should be someone that's appealing to the younger generation, because we need to draw on younger voters. So we want to do someone preferably that's under the age of 50 to counter. So we have the old fogey party, and then we want something that's these are the things I'm thinking of. Somebody that's respected. Whitmer would mean losing a governor from Michigan, and it would be 2 women. That might work. So yeah, just put that out there, and then vote no on Buttigieg. Yeah. So if you could answer that, I'm sure they would really appreciate it. Well, the problem with Gavin Newsom, again, Martha, is that he comes from California, and it's not going to do anything to help us get votes in swing states. We need somebody out of the swing states. But the transportation, that can be replaced without harming the party. Bootylicious. Okay. Okay. Oh, Karen, don't be like that. I know, Karen. Well, it looks like the people that watch here want Buttigieg for VP, and I think that if somebody better comes along, but right now it's moving towards Buttigieg. I would say I think that we're a good sample of the the Democratic Party. Thank you, Debbie. Debbie is putting up The Love of Tayami. That is the book of the month for July and August. We're going extra because it's part of a 2-book series, and so we'll be getting together sometime in mid-August to review the book. You're not voting, Shari. Well, it's important to vote. If you care about the issues, it's important to get out the vote. Are you okay with another 4 years of Trump, or excuse that, 8 years? 8 years. Well, I don't know, how can he make it 8 years? Yeah, the president and VP can't be from the same state. She's from California. We need somebody from the Midwest. Pete's from from Indiana. And we need young energy. Yeah. Stacy Abrams is a nice choice. And she's out of Georgia. Damn, can you imagine that as a power couple? Stacy Abrams with dang, let's take a look. Stacy Abrams. Stacy Abrams is pretty powerful, and she would take the South. No, they'll see it. They'll pass it on. Your vote matters. That's why I'm saying let them know who your VP pick is. Stacey Harris. She is really angry about things that are going on in Georgia. She's very involved in Georgia politics. I think she's going to become the governor of Georgia in the future. I still see her future in Georgia. You know, look at this. She is fighting over what is happening in Georgia. Look, they're winning against her. Throwing out cases so that Trump will not get prosecuted. Look at this. Death and transformation. She emerges as the Queen of Rods. She's very strong. She's looking beyond. Either she gets picked for VP, which would be very successful. If she gets picked for VP, it would be auspicious, even though it's two women, or she's going to be the governor. Her future has always been very solid. Stacey Abrams just has, look at this, strong female power. I mean, the truth is that she's always come with a lot of power. Mark Kelly came back negative. We did Mark Kelly. I think that he's being interviewed. I think a lot of people are being interviewed by President Biden, but it just doesn't feel right energetically. I could be completely wrong. I make mistakes. It just doesn't feel right. Buttigieg is his son. It's his political child. He's doing the circuit right now, Buttigieg, like interviewing with Bill Maher. They're prepping him. I felt that before the interview, because that energy of the prepping of Buttigieg. They're trying different people out on the campaign trail to see who gets the highest ratings. And so, look, the other thing you have to realize is that Buttigieg is appealing to libertarians when he goes on Bill Maher. He's appealing to swing voters and libertarians who are pro-Israel, right? Mostly white males. And what were they? And so they're going to get a rough idea about how that population, these are the people who are like Elon Musk. Elon Musk goes on the Bill Maher show, right? So that's the swing voter who's going to go to J.D. Vance. So in our infinite wisdom, what did we do? We put Buttigieg on the Bill Maher show to see how he rates with that crowd. And what they discovered is he's more they like him more than J.D. Vance. Right? It's very smart to put him on. Yeah, please let your voice be heard. If you don't want Buttigieg, if you have a problem with him, if you think somebody else can take the VP pick with Harris better, and it's not going to compromise the Senate. O'Rourke was interesting. But he's also all over the place energetically, and he doesn't necessarily make people feel stable. They want someone calm and stable, like Buttigieg is calm and stable and reassuring and sane, right? Honestly, Stacey Abrams had cards that were as good as Buttigieg. So if we go with Stacey Abrams, we also win. Yeah. 3 of Cups. Yeah, celebration. And she emerges as the Queen of Wands. So it would, I think that she takes the South. I think that means we would take Georgia and possibly North Carolina and South Carolina. I think people have underestimated what she has built. What she has built in North Carolina, South Carolina, in addition to Georgia. So, according to the cards, she may in fact be even stronger than Pete Buttigieg for that reason. Well, we like hearing that, right? We like hearing that Stacey Abrams is actually stronger than Buttigieg, right? It's all about location and numbers. People are going to vote. If you're from Georgia and you see, and nobody else is from the South, right? The hillbilly guy isn't from the South. He's not representing. He's from Yale, and he's representing, what is it, Pennsylvania or something? So Ohio, excuse me, pardon me. So if anybody is representing the South, it would be Stacey Abrams. And so for that reason, actually Stacey Abrams, even though it's 2 Black women, is a quite a strong ticket according to those cards. Okay, are we done, you guys? Did you have fun? Do you feel like you got everything out of your system? Please don't be upset. Remember what Spirit said. Calm down, get out the vote. Remember, any sane candidate can beat Trump at this point. So all we need to do is not be crazy. If it were me, I would pick either Stacey Abrams. If it's Stacey Abrams, we're going to win because she'll take the Southeast. I can't imagine somebody from Georgia voting for Trump over Stacey Abrams for VP. Even a white person would struggle with that because it would mean Georgia on the ticket. She's a very strong choice. Yeah, even more than Buttigieg. Don't be Geocosmic. I gave you guys almost 3 weeks notice, remember? Yeah. Well, I'm surprised that the cards are so positive for Stacey Abrams because I thought, people wouldn't vote, oh, that the person's Black or female. But no, it's more has to do with the state. The person's based on these cards and name recognition. And so if she were on the ballot as the BP, we would take Georgia, no problem. Yeah. You made yourself a margarita, Noel? I can't drink alcohol. I can't digest it, but that works. Yeah, Stacey Abrams scored great. Good cards. Final outcome: a strong woman of power and rejoicing in female energy. Part of me thinks we should go with, to hell with it. Go with Abrams and watch us take Georgia and possibly North Carolina and even South Carolina. Yeah, I'm actually feeling okay with that. If we don't go with Buttigieg, we may, if we just go all in and we just go for it, We could see ourselves taking a couple southern states. DNC is in Chicago, Obama's stomping ground. Well, that'll be interesting. That'll be very interesting. All right, you guys. I still have openings tomorrow for readings if you need to see me. I do have some openings tomorrow. Tuesday morning at 6 a.m., I'll be flying to Sweden, where I will be for 10 days, not 10 years, 10 days. And I will be doing videos, and I will be recording. If you guys need to do, if you need a reading from me, like through Wizio, I can do that from there as well. But if you need to see me right away, I can see you tomorrow, or and then my openings in the next 10 days. Discussing the Democratic, you want me to look at the DNC before we close today? You just want to make sure there's not going to be civil war? Let's take a look and see how the DNC is going to be. The Democratic National Convention. Democratic National Convention. How will it go? Yeah, I'm seeing the poll stands at 85% for Pete, so that's good. Okay. Looks like we have our VP pick. Okay. How does the DNC go? Very well. Ace of Wands with a Three of Wands. Intent to win. We are going to bring it together. Ace of Wands with a Three of Wands. In the next 30 days, we're bringing it on home. Unity. Judgment is strong. Five of Pentacles. Having to leave our candidate behind. We enter into a time of power. We're sitting in the sun. We come out of walking away. Remember, we walked away. He walked away. And we're entering into a time of a new president. Remember, is that the magician power? We have the power with us. The world is on our side. Opposition has the money. The business people, you understand? We have to figure out a way to work with business people. The hopes and the fears that we will get our wish, and the final outcome is we inherit the presidency. It is likely that we will take the presidency from Trump if we do not fight, if we stay organized, if we pick Harris, and we will win with Buttigieg, and we would also win with Stacy Abrams as a VP pick. And race and gender is not going to be a deciding factor on who takes the presidency based on these cards, because people under 45 are not going to be affected by issues like if somebody is black or gay or female. That's not, it has no impact on voters under 45. All right. Be kind to all. Yes, you must be kind to one another. No, Raskin's not going to do it. I actually am really happy about Buttigieg, and I'm very, very happy about Abrams. But you know why I hesitate with Abrams? Because when I am Stacy Abrams as a remote viewer, no, I don't want to leave Georgia. Because there's a lot of stuff going on right now in Georgia. There's a part of, I feel like my work would be disrupted in the middle of my work. So I don't, as much as I love Stacy Abrams, I think that she is very busy right now in her work, and to pull her out of there and to pull her out of, oh, you're coming over here. Well, wait, hold on a second. I got something good going on here. I'm taking Georgia. I've got communications in South Carolina, North Carolina. You sure you want to pull me out of here? So I don't know if I totally want to be pulled out as Stacy Abrams, because I feel like my hand is in the pot and I'm making the sauce, you know? And so there's a part of her that just wants to stay there and be the governor and be the change that needs to happen in that part of the world. And she's really into it, you know. She's the Queen of Wands. She seeks justice absolute. So in that sense, she would be great. But there's another part of her that doesn't totally want to be pulled out of what she's doing. All right, I'm going to call it quits. I'm done giving readings. Like I said, if you're trying to get in for a reading, did I not put it down there? I didn't. Okay. My Booksy information is usually in the description. Check out our book of the month if you haven't gotten it yet. Be kind to all. Don't worry. Anybody sane is going to win according to spirit. All right. Just relax. Don't, they love driving us, making us hysteric. Just calm down. If we get somebody sane in there, Harris and Buttigieg, we're going to win. So just relax. Do it. Yeah. All right. Be kind to all so that all will be kind to you. We'll see you next time. Peace out and God bless. Bye.